G'day, mate. Welcome back to Dyson Sphere with me, JD, and of course, Mr. Icarus, who is 90 seconds away from our new system because we left last episode. We left last episode with Icarus making the great jump to fly across the galaxy at sublight speed to come over here to our new system. Our new system. I made it here without warpers to try and get silicon. Silicon was a big thing we're going for. Luckily, we have some silicon, but I do want to do... Well, actually, no, let's just head towards the start. So, we do have iron, we have copper, we have silicon, we have titanium, we have stone, we have coal, which means a lot of proliferator juice. We also have some crude oil. We also have water, so we've got 2 planets here at least with water. We also have hydrogen deuterium, which means we have a gas giant. We have an actual gas giant. And the first place we're going to be stopping is actually the first planet, the Hurricane Stone Forest planet. Not to set up anything, but because there's an achievement for landing on a planet that rotates backwards. And this planet actually has reverse rotation. So we're going to go screaming past the sun at high speed. You might also notice that my sail speed is at 2001, 2002. We are getting 2003. We're getting a bit of an acceleration bonus because we're actually heading in towards the sun. So we can get over our max speed just. And whether we maintain that speed is a whole different story. And not really. Not really. Alright, we're about to crash in this at high speed. Let's see how far we bounce. 0 bounce. Not bad. Sunrise in the west. Final land on a planet rotating in a reverse axis. Yes! Planet Explorer. Land on 5 different planets. There you go. And before our time, land on another planet outside the initial planetary system before unlocking warp drive. Okay, so Hurricane Stone Forest. Pretty boring. Pretty boring. Does have a few things, but you know, it's copper. It's copper. It's a bit of iron. It's plenty of titanium. A little bit of silicon. A little bit of stone. No coal whatsoever. High win ratio, 160%. That's the best I've ever seen. And of course, 100% construction area. And you'll notice the orbital rotation period is minus 400 and something seconds. That's weird, but okay. And we want to go from here to the planet number 2. Which does not have any of the titanium. Okay, so all the titanium is on the first planet. We got 10 million. 10 million. Yep, it's all on the first planet. But the second planet has all the silicon. Well, most of the silicon. And yeah, that achievement keeps popping. Alright, so what we're going to do is we're going to head across to I Made It Here Without Warpers number 2. And just as importantly, this will be the first planet I get to actually name. Because I have said, we're going to be naming planets after supporters, those that have either joined us recently on Patreon or become a brand new member. And this very first planet is going to be named after... Ooh, can I copy and paste correctly? Let's not miss the planet. Boom. Okay, we're down. We're landed. It's a very, very different planet type to anything we've seen before. Okay, before we get too much further in, I need to rename it to Philip Simmons. God, pronouncing words is hard. Special names. My planet, my rules. Woohoo! Another achievement. So, this is going to be our very, very first supporter planet. Again, Philip, thank you for becoming a YouTube member. We need Icarus to find the biggest silicon patch we can find, surrounded by 4 coal. That sounds like a goer. Alright, and then because we're on a whole new planet type, I'm going to let the robots... Ooh, I'm going to put fuel in Icarus. And I did realise after the end of last episode, I left a lot of the fuel back at home, which may come back to haunt us. I put it in the box that box of stuff we didn't need before we took off. Actually, we're going to set up here. So, what I want to do is, I want to turn the drones on. We're going to put down... We're very close to the pole. Actually, I prefer not to be quite so close to the pole. Alright, we're going to come over this silicon patch. And I'm going to be doing a significant amount of outposting first. We're going to throw down one of them. We're going to be setting that up for hopefully high purity silicon. We're going to throw in the big shippies. We'll throw in the little shippies. Yeah, and my plan is, wherever possible, to actually process this here on this planet, rather than shipping it home unprocessed. If I can get these miners in around the water. Because I still can't use foundations till we officially finish the game. Alright, smelter. Looks like the smelter's going to be placed over here. And you might notice the bots are picking up a lot of organic crystal. This is one of the best things about the organic jungle. There's lots of organic crystal, which is great, because we still use a bunch of that at home. So I'm going to put in a cut, basically, whilst we go through and build smelter blocks. They're not going to be too special at all. You know, we've seen this before. The only difference is we're going to be shoving them into a tower. I do have research continuing. We have some research to do. I also need to unlock warp tech whilst we're here. But yeah, I'm going to see you guys in a bit after I build a whole bunch of belts with a whole bunch of power. Hey! Okay, so we've picked up another achievement, just a little one. Nice surprise for obtain 100 sulfuric acid by just collecting plants, which we've been literally just doing whilst I've been wandering around the planet. At the same time, you may notice I have collected a significant amount of trees and sulfuric acid and plant matter, and like 2,000 stone, 4,000 leaves, 3,000 wood. A lot of organic crystals, so much in fact that I actually dumped them all into a tower, put down a couple of water pumps, and I've started producing organic crystal here because why not? The stuff is a pain to make. Same time, the only other thing I'm trying to do whilst we're on this planet is just set up some simple mining for iron, because iron is one thing I'm a little bit short on. Now, iron doesn't compress, so to speak. So if we look at titanium ingots, as you can see, for 2 ore you get 1 ingot, and as ships only carry so much material, obviously I shouldn't carry 2 bits of ore, I should carry 1 plate. Silicon is the same. For every 2 bits of silicon ore, I only get 1 high purity silicon. Iron is a 1-to-1, so it doesn't matter if I ship out iron ore or iron plate. At the end of the day, it's pretty much the same. Going to be well, it is going to be the same amount of units shipped per vessel. So I'm just going to tap some iron ore whilst we're here. We've got one more thing that I want to neaten up before we head home. And when we head home, we're not going to spend 45 minutes heading home. We're going to warp home because, well, let's be honest, we don't want to spend 45 minutes flying home slowly again. And even though I forgot thermal generators, which I really wish I grabbed and brought with me, our 150 wind turbines have done the job. And that's one of the reasons I bring them, because they're simple, they're quick, they're easy, and upgrade that belt. And they get the job done. So this one's going to have iron ore. What we're going to do is we're going to pull the iron ore into this tower, which means I need to clear some stuff out of this tower. I do not want to ship back logs or plant fuel. So what I want to do is I was literally using it as just a big storage box. So I'm going to put a tower there instead. I'm going to use you as a storage box, and we're going to go, what am I looking for? I'm looking for logs and plant fuel. We're going to rip out the 2,000 in there and dump that in there. I'm going to rip out the 3,000 in there and dump that in there. Top that up completely. Drop the rest of those in there. Which means I can clear that slot and clear that slot. And which belt was which? Closest is wood. And the other one is greenery. Okay, which now means I can put... Where are my little drones? Oh, they're already in here. I can say iron ore, local demand. which means these little drones will fly over to here and pick up all the iron ore and move it here. Last thing I'm going to want is warpers. I'm going to want to... Hey, how about these 100 logistics drones for a planet in transit? Just like all the drones out of here. No, it must be a different planet. Definitely not this one. There's only 75 out and about. Okay. Warpers, I want to remote demand in warpers. I want local storage. I don't really want them to be shipped around. We're going to leave that. I have got Proliferator juice up and running on this planet because there is plenty of iron ore. Plenty of coal. I wouldn't mind tapping some more iron whilst we're here, but we can come back and do that. What I want to do is... get a map view. And look at our home system. Home, excellent. Home system, you might notice I can't see anything. Because it's more than 6 light years away. If we bring up the tech, I never actually finished universe exploration number 3. I can see what's in the current system because I'm standing in the current system. So I want to activate that research, which conveniently somebody has paused like right next to the end. Same time, we want warp tech. So we're going to grab some warp tech. After warp tech, boom. So now we can see the veins that are further away, and we now have the ability to warp. Hang on, let's zoom out. And we rotate, thank you. So we can now click on the home system, we can see what's in the home system. On top of that, like, I can look at a B-type star, and that's 5 light years. So I can see that it has iron, copper, silicon, titanium, stone, and if I click on it, we can get an idea of the planet layout. So we've got a lava planet, a volcanic ash, hurricane stone forest, and a barren desert. And more importantly, I can see the only ocean in this system is a sulfuric acid ocean. So no water, no gas giants, nothing like that. So that's that done. We now have the ability to make warpers technology wise. Okay, so we need logistics carrier engine 4, but I think I might have no, that's gonna be our first tech. Okay, so I need 1,000 packs there, and then the vessels can start warping. On top of that, I have got mostly complete the vertical launching silo, because we're going to be needing that in the not too distant future. And then upgrades wise, I don't think there's that much we can get. Everything's sort of behind green science at this point. Yeah, everything's really behind green science. So technology wise, we can get well, satellite power distribution. There we go. That's not even purple type of science. Quantum printing tech. That looks like it. So that is the last of the tech we can get before we get green science. But also F freaking handcrafting. I can now craft up 26 warpers, which means we can now fly home the quick way. Where is one of you? You can have my silicon ore, because I don't really want to carry that home. I have now 1 warper. There's a carbon nanotube. Put those in there and burn them off real quick. And I need to have these crafted before we leave. Let's craft up the titanium ore, so it's less in our inventory. The stone we'll throw in there. The wood in there. And we're literally waiting on the handcrafting finish. Alright, all said and done. We have not used as much of my inventory as I thought I would. I actually thought I'd come out here and I'd be heading home with a lot less. There's... how much of those can I fit in my inventory? 2,000. I will take 2,000 of those home, not an issue. Warpers, we are slowly working through the warp tech for the actual vessels, which means I'm going to put 25 of those in there, which you may notice have just disappeared completely. Can we access slot 5 yet? No. So they've disappeared completely. They've just gone. There is a magical slot down here that I can't see yet, which is, well, like I said, a magical slot. A magical slot where warpers go into the extra tower. I know, Icarus, I'm talking. Sheesh. I'm also going to put one warper in there, which gives me one free slot. We might as well take another 100 of that with us. Now, I could leave belts and other materials here. Later. Okay. And then what we want to do is we want to set a course for home. Home. We now have the technology, so we can see where all the planets are. We want to go to home, I think. Hang on. No, we do not want to go to home. We want to go to home 2, which is a entirely locked planet. And then we're going to... Oh, drop down that wind turbine. Come on, bots. There you go. And come back to our inventory before we hit warp speed. Alright, so we're going to head home. Now we have warpers. It should be a case of just get some altitude. What? Oh. I was still crafting. Well, it's fine. We're just going to leave those right about there. Alright, we're going to go home. We're going to hit the caps lock to hit enter warp. We're going to get another achievement. And I'm going to hope, really hope, that I have enough fuel on me to get all the way home. Because I didn't bring a second warper. I left the warpers back to fuel those. Where are we going? Home 2. Home 2. Home 2. Home 2. Yeah, we just passed our sun. We should be fine. Aim directly for the planet. And done! Warp travel! Excellent! Another milestone complete. Perfect. Okay. So, with that done, what I want to do now is... I actually want to set up a whole new production line. We need to get... we need to get green cubes. Now, we have the graviton lenses. They're already done. We need to get the quantum chips. Now, to get quantum chips, I'm going to need processors, which are okay. We've got them automated. Plus, I'm going to need plane filters. Now, plane filters require cashmere crystals, which is a brand new thing to us, and titanium glass. Titanium glass is glass, obviously, titanium and water. Now, water on this planet, a little bit awkward. A little bit awkward. The fact that it's a desert. But, glass is okay. We could ship the water here, actually. That's not a bad idea. Let's ship the water here. So I'm going to want titanium, stone, and that's pretty much it. So let's start with checking our recipes. Glass is 2 to 1. So is titanium. So it's going to be the exact same smelter block for both. Mark 2 belt? Mark 1 belt. Mark 1 belt, I think. Oh. No, we're oh, should be alright. We're a little bit low on proliferator juice on this planet. Okay, so we're going to want 6. I'm going to want 12 smelters. Because these run... No, actually I want 6 smelters. Smelter only moves 6 items per second. With an output. With a second lot of 6 smelters. With a second input, we're going to want to throw down power, miners. Now, I don't have any wind turbines left. I left all 150 on the previous planet. Not that I needed 150 on the previous planet, but I will when ships start warping. Warping uses a tiny bit of power. Okay, so we're going to go a few of you on the one side of the belt. Put that in there, that in there, and that in there. And then this guy around and into there. The bots now move fast enough that we can sort of build this sort of stuff live. We're going to have to use real power poles. Okay. We're going to want you to do titanium. I want input, 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 copy, paste. Drag that. And drag that. Power pole there, power pole there, power pole there. Oh, one there. Alright, perfect. And I have a crap ton of titanium on me, but we'll get rid of that shortly. Alright, then I want the exact same smelter. From there to there. And we're going to put you here, let's say. And same story, bunch of miners. Power. Okay, and then link those two together. So that's one ingredient. That's two ingredients. And then we want to make titanium glass. Now, I don't need a lot of assemblers to make titanium glass. In fact, I'm going to need even less after I proliferate it. Actually, let's calculate. Let's put a sprayer there, a sprayer there. Let's put in our water line. There. Also should put in one of these guys. Because you're going to need to bring in two things. We're going to want water. And also we're going to need to bring in coal. Oh, here we got ships. We'll set you to 100%. We're going to remote demand and remote demand of those two. Local storage, local storage. We're going to run our water line into there and grab out the blueprint book. Early game build, self-proliferating proliferator, you know, for when you just need to proliferate in a hurry. I wish there was, maybe there is and I missed a tooltip. I wish there was a way to like mirror a blueprint. Because I really want the input on the left hand side. Output is on there. Okay, let's do that. Let's pop that all the way down there. Let's grab one of these. We're going to bring out our coal right here. And we'll take it into the input there. There's always one power pole that doesn't quite reach. But now it reaches perfectly because on the change of orientation of the build, it's now a great build. Do I have any juice on me? No. Coal is still getting here. We need to put one of these here, and we're going to start off with 1, 2, 3. Let's go with 4 machines. We're going to have you doing titanium glass. This is a little bit of overkill, but it's probably easier to have too much than it is to have not enough. Now, titanium glass goes into... Now, I should bring that up in this menu. Titanium glass goes into plane filters, so actually it's entirely useless putting that into the tower. We're better off just feeding this into the next product. Titanium glass. Sort of. I want in, I want in, I want in, I want out. We'll throw that from there to there. We'll throw a power pole in there. Out here, and I'll change the recipe. That's sort of important. Glass. Copy and paste. Okay, you're now making glass. I have a bunch of titanium I want to get rid of. Alright, so that gives us titanium glass. Now, as I said, titanium glass goes into plane filters. Plane filters also require cashmere crystals. Cashmere crystals require titanium crystals plus graphene plus hydrogen. The good news is we are we're exporting hydrogen from here. We're importing hydrogen here to keep lights on. And we're also importing hydrogen in here. So hydrogen, oh, that's one thing I want. Hydrogen is something we shouldn't really have too much of an issue with. So we should be able to make cashmere crystals fairly easily. Titanium crystals should be okay. They literally require titanium and those green crystal things. So we have a titanium line. We're going to set up a crystal line. which I'm going to throw all of those in there to get us started. We're going to bring line number 4 up to here. Please be able to hit this tile. You can. Beautiful. We're going to throw that sprayer in there. This is almost finished self-proliferating. So we're going to bring that belt in there and through all 4 of those guys. So we can bring our crystal belt out. Our titanium belt out. There we go. And now we have space warpers in our ships, which means if I set this to remote demand, we can see we're getting 600 coming in. Now, this is not my ships from this end flying out. This is going to be if we zoom out and zoom out and zoom out. We're going to see that little speck there. And that one is, I made it here for without warpers, flying into this particular tower to drop off some wonderful organic crystal. Okay, so we want that one, that one. Oh, we need hydrogen as well, which I'm going to put in a whole separate tower for. We're going to have to proliferate it if we want the bonus. Organic crystals are a pain in the butt. So we probably do want to have the... Oh, no, hang on. We're doing titanium crystals. No, titanium crystals are fine. We can either for or against proliferate that. It doesn't really matter. Again, I'm going to make 3 machines. 3 machines overkill. Technically, for the amount of science I'm aiming for, I only need like one of these machines. But I don't mind overdoing it. And then storing up the excess till later. Titanium crystals. 1, 2, 3. Throw a power pole in there and in there. So now we have titanium crystals. We now need to make cashmere crystals. Cashmere crystals require titanium crystals, plus they require graphene, plus they require hydrogen. So we can now end that belt and that belt. Throw the resources in there. Can I physically throw the titanium in there and there? Yeah, it's a little bit less of inventory. Alright, so cashmere crystals. So we need to bring in graphene. It's going to come in here, graphene, please. Local demand. Hydrogen. Remote demand. Do I have ships? Ships and ships. 100%. Power. So we're going to continue things in a long straight line, because that's the decision I've made. I'm going to want, like, again, I only need like 1 or 2 machines. We're not going for a lot of science when it comes to green science. But, again, I'm just going to build, like, over the top. Now, in saying that, this is one I'm not going to proliferate. Okay? Organic crystals are a bit of a pain. Graphene is dead easy. Hydrogen is dead easy. But it's a lot of juice if I proliferate each step. Assembler. Let's go with 4. 4. Because these crystals do get used for other things in the future. We're going to want one. We're going to give you a Mark II because you're going to end up using it for the hydrogen. And then plug that in there. Output. Change the recipe from that one to that one. And power pole there. Where's my hydrogen? Coming. Okay. Alright, so that gives us our cashmere crystals. Next up is plane filters. Plane filters is the titanium glass plus the cashmere crystals. Titanium glass we already have. And this one I will juice back up. As we can see, the spray coaters have caught up. They've got everything running at full speed. We're still going to put a sprayer there and a sprayer there. And then we'll drag our spray belt. Burger launching silo. Yay! We can now launch rockets. If this was Factorio, that'd be the end of the game. Well, after we got some rockets actually launching. Dyson Sphere is just the start. Alright, that goes there, that goes there. Plane filters. Plane filters require one of those and two of those, so not a super hard recipe, but it's also going to be the last recipe I'm going to be making for this episode, because I just ran out of assembly machines. The problem is I want to make it twice as long, so we'll sort that out in a sec. Okay, I want you to go there. We're going to have you be a plane filter. I'm going to drag you all three. I'm going to drag the belt out. The belt out. Hey, milestone, cashmere crystal. As long as you apply a weak magnetic field, you can observe a clear cashmere effect. Using this feature, you can create biased and unofficial infield result of quantum transitions. What a historic moment this is. It is a very historic moment. Even more so that I cannot, and I know I can't, we're not going to even go there. I can't pronounce cashmere correctly. And we're going to ghost in a few machines. And once I go pick them up, they'll place down. And then all I would have to do, which we'll be doing in the next episode, is combine the plane filters with some processors, which we're going to be importing right about here. And that would make us some quantum chips, put the quantum chips together with the graviton lenses that we already have, and we will have some gravity matrix. But we will be finishing off the gravity matrix in the very next episode. I'm going to be leaving this one here. We got a lot accomplished. Like a lot. But I'm very happy we got a lot accomplished. It also means next episode we should be able to crank out that green science, which means we can continue on with the rest of the tech tree. Also, it means we're going to have to set up some stable amount of warpers. I'm going to need to make warpers regularly and provide them into the logistics network where they can disappear off to, you know, other special places, like everywhere that needs them. Anyway, that's where I'm going to be calling this episode. Thank you guys so much for watching. Do hope you've enjoyed. I will see you guys in the very next episode. Bye.